Hello everyone for a new episode
of Chai, Chat and Chant
with
Helen and
Arun.
And today's topic, we're going to be talking about one of the Niyamas and Patanjali's Niyamas, and it's Saucha.
Saucha, yes. Saucha. We'll play a little mantra and then we'll explain everything about Saucha and the concept of having a clean body and a clean mind. Very well. Yeah.
First we chant a little. If you want to join in, the mantra is Govinda, Govinda, Gopal, Govinda, Gopala Hare Hare, Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda, Jaya Jaya. Okay.
All right.
We'll begin. Maybe it changes a little bit from that.
That's right. You begin.
Okay, sorry. Check. We begin again. Want to begin again?
We will.
Start. Chai, chat, and chat. We'll begin
Take a
with the
deep
mantra.
breath. Take a deep breath.
And we'll.
In and out. Don't forget to exhale. Okay. Namaste, one more time. Welcome to this Chai, Chat and Chant. And the concept we're talking about today is also a very classical concept. From Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, which is the main or one of the key texts of yoga, which dates back 1,600 years at least. And it means, well, if you translate it very simply, it would just mean cleanliness, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and what can we understand by this niyama, by this concept? What has cleanliness to do with a yogic path? What is it about?
Well, Mahatma Gandhi said about Shaucha. I'm thinking of food, it's nearly lunchtime. True beauty lives in the purity of the heart. So Mahatma Gandhi said, true beauty lives in the purity of the heart. And obviously to get to that clean, pure place of the heart, then you need to do certain things to cleanse. And that's inside within our thoughts, our physical well-being, what we eat. We are what we eat, but also on the external, so cleaning your space, cleaning your office, your bedroom, your home, maybe just cleaning the dishes, etc.
And when we were talking about this niyama, we said oftentimes you might overlook these rather normal or everyday practices like cleaning. It starts with cleaning your body, right? Mm-hmm. So Saucha means you should have a clean body. So my yoga teacher, my first teacher, H.G. Mohan, who was a student of Krishnamacharya, he said, when you look at all these Rasta people, with filthy hair, these sadhus. He was kind of, he doesn't look like that. So he said, that's actually not what yoga is about. So one important concept is cleanliness. So you might also have clean dreads, of course.
Yeah, I know people with clean dreads.
Yes, me too. So I like that too.
Don't diss the dreads.
Exactly.
Some people can handle it very well. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, to take care of your body, it means, you know, to clean the body, especially in the morning. It's you know, hundreds of years back, people went to the Ganges, I guess, you know how it was in ancient India, and they just bathed their body. It's such an important ritual, and it doesn't only mean to get clean. It means to also, to wash away your everything, impurities
within
your sins.
And I know for me, sometimes I find myself not taking enough time in this kind of well-being area of just bathing and cleaning, and it's in ebbs and flows in that I spend more time doing this, and then do things like in India you get these things called a tongue scraper, and here too, and it basically, one of the practices can also be cleaning your tongue, taking time to clean your tongue. And
that is an Ayurvedic concept.
An Ayurvedic practice. And same with neti also. I think neti is a pot which you would use, especially it's really good for you during winter, to put water, warmish, salty water up and out of your nose.
Right. Yeah, we know that in Germany as Nasendusche, I think, or Nasen.
Well, that makes sense.
Shower.
No shower. No shower.
Yeah, I mean, it's what. Yeah, it's just an old common sense means against getting a cold and cleaning your nostrils and everything.
Yeah.
So especially I guess when it comes to autumn or times where people get sick, especially with this virus that's going on now, this corona, you could think about that.
Yeah, and all the other ailments that come about. If you do a regular well-being, self-care, cleaning practice every day, such things as every day, one of my favourite things to do is that I never miss, is to scrub your skin. You know, so it creates the blood flow and it restarts your metabolism in a way by scrubbing your skin.
Oh, you do that.
You know, with hand gloves. Yeah.
All right, interesting.
And, what do they call it? A loofah. I like the hand glove ones, but you can have a loofah, or what do you call it in German?
What is a loofah?
A loofah is like a bigger scratchy thing.
Okay. Like a Bürste.
Yeah. And then you start from your feet, and basically you draw all your movement is up towards the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really, really a good thing.
So we're already going into the very detailed practices.
Yeah.
There are many things you can do, and I guess it changes from culture. It changes. There are different practices available. But it is very important when you think of the goal that yoga is, even in the Yoga Sutra, and how this concept of Saucha, of cleanliness, makes sense in the whole context. So if the goal of yoga is to eventually calm your mind, and the vritti, chitta vritti nirodha, so to calm the fluctuations of the mind, how could this cleanliness, taking care of the body, but it also means taking care of the mind, of the thoughts. What kind of thoughts do I have? And it's a very important prerequisite for calming the mind. So we were talking about that before. For example, when you look at your apartment and everything is a mess, and you don't clean up your bedroom, you know, the sheets are there in piles and all your clothes lie around like that. I must admit, I'm not unfamiliar with this picture. So anyway, but it's just...
I always make my bed.
Do you? I go on a workshop with you how to make it bed.
You know, a duvet is easy to do. You make it. I think maybe not every day. Most days I like to have clean white space, at least in my bedroom.
And it's such a basic thing, but when you neglect it, it's even more difficult to meditate, I think.
Yeah,
I think you can feel it. It's very subtle.
A chaos in your mind. I think what you visualize outside, that's why yoga spaces like we're in now are so wonderful and calming, because when you go in, usually there's not a lot going on in them apart from white walls and a wooden floor and a clean space. And I think this really changes something within your wiring in your mind. And the same in your own home. If you find that there's lots of clutter and things, for me it creates clutter in my mind and more chaos.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's on a subtle level, but it's really something to take care of.
Yeah.
Because we're connected. In yoga, we always teach that the body and the mind are one. You cannot really separate them. Like like in Western philosophy, Descartes said, "There's a body and there's a mind." But we know, even modern science shows it doesn't work. You cannot separate these two realms of existence, and one influences the other.
Yeah. And I think a good practice also along with this is why we chant mantra. Mantra meaning man, the mind, and tool, and tra is tool for. And so along with, say, cleaning your space, if you're chanting at the same time, it's also purifying your thoughts. And that's the whole purpose of mantra, is to also create space and cleanse the thoughts. And you're chanting often sacred Sanskrit names, which are said to have so much power when you're saying them out loud or internally. And so this is, a cleansing process also. Right.
I think mantra is the highest potential. So with mantras, you can really clean yourself, or also the space on a very, very subtle or high level. So you're starting from outside, from the body, scrubbing, washing yourself, making your sheets, arranging your apartment,
making your bed,
cleaning up, making your bed, and but it's also, of course, food. What do you take inside? It's
very
also
important.
Yeah.
We are what we eat. I really believe that. And actually, it's not saying you can't have an ice cream and a coffee and all these yummy things that we all like now and again. It's just that you have to also balance that. And we also mentioned for Ayurveda, and Ayurveda is all about creating a harmonious balance within your life, within what you eat, but also within your actions, etc. And the food is very important. You can have an ice cream as long as you're not obsessing that I need an ice cream every hour or every day. And then also with the food, as long as you're balancing it with vegetables, and fruit, and you're eating with happiness and joy. This is also a thing, that if you're eating at speed, this is not really cleaning you so much because it's all in a hurry. If you're eating in front of your desk, in front of a computer, also the same thing.
Take the time, take the awareness.
Mindfully eat.
Right. In the end, you could also say it's love. You give love to your body, you give love to your externally, what you eat internally.
Yeah.
So,
and
awareness.
Yeah. And also with that, combined with, often people do think about more and more, there's an awareness around food, what you put in your body. I think also less awareness is around what you put on your body. So particularly, I think it's more of probably a female thing, because more women put more products on their face, on their skin, etc. Than I think it's more men are doing it as well, but I think it's not as
I won't tell you.
I mean, I don't see Volker with a full makeup on here. Do you, Arun? Me neither. So, but I think it's interesting to look at, okay, when you're thinking about what you buy in a shop, are you buying products that are full of chemicals and actually are harmful toxins to your skin? So it's on your outer body as well as what's on your inner body. This was, something I think personally is really important. I wouldn't like anymore. I used to, pre, 10 years ago, say, would also think, oh, well, a little bit of something on your hair, it's okay. But gradually, the more you stop using these chemicals, the more you notice the impact on you afterwards, if you do use something.
Yeah, and I feel the longer you do yoga, the more you realize what is good for you and what is not good for you. You might even become more sensitive towards those products, or so that's also part of the yoga way, like with alcohol. Too. I can feel it especially with alcohol. You know, I used to drink beer and stuff, being from Bavaria. It used to be normal, but now if I have a little sip, I can already feel the impact. And so you become more sensitive also to things that are good to you and things that are not.